Hello everyone. With the exciting news that Cardinal Robert Provost has been elected Pope, now to be known as Pope Leo XIV, there has obviously been a lot of news attention around the events of the Conclave, the historical Catholic practice that has also been the central point to Robert Harris's recent hit and its subsequent highly acclaimed movie adaptation, Conclave.
No sane man would want the papacy. The men who are dangerous are the ones who do want it. That sounds ominous.
If, like me, you're captivated by Robert Harris's Conclave, with its gripping portrayal of intrigue within the Vatican and the process of electing a new pope, you're not alone. The novel's blend of political maneuvering, faith, and mystery makes it truly unique. But if you're craving more stories with similar themes, you're in luck. In my video, I will share a few other books that use the mysteries of the Catholic Church, faith, and the ecclesiastical intrigue within their narratives. Some are novels that explore fictional narratives filled with secrets, while others are non-fiction accounts that give insight into the real-world inner workings of the Church. I'm going to start with a bit of a cheat, because I'm going to be talking about Dan Brown and discussing two of his books, The Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons. Dan Brown quickly became a household name with the massive success of the Da Vinci Code, becoming quite the literary phenomenon. In the Da Vinci Code, Harvard symbologist Robert Langdon is summoned to the Louvre, where museum curator Jacques Sonnier is found murdered. Cryptologist Sophie Neveu joins him, and together they follow a trail of symbols that lead to a conspiracy involving the Catholic Church and the secretive Priory of Sion. Their journey takes them across Europe, racing against time to uncover a centuries-old secret that could shake the foundation of Christianity. Angels and Demons shares closer themes to Conclave. Robert Langdon in this one is called to investigate the murder of a scientist at CERN, leading him to Vatican City. There he uncovers a centuries-old conflict between the Church and the secret society known as the Illuminati, with the newly elected Pope's life at stake. These books, like many other of Dan Brown's books, are really fast-paced and full of action and really appeal to readers who are interested in suspense, ecclesiastical drama, and historical conspiracy. Next, I have The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. Set in the 14th century Benedictine monastery in Italy, the novel follows Brother William of Baskerville and his novice Adzo of Melk as they investigate a series of mysterious deaths. The deaths appear linked to a forbidden book housed in the labyrinthine library. As Brother William unravels the mystery, he contemplates the complex relationship between faith, knowledge, and power. Eco's richly detailed portrayal of medieval religious life, combined with a complex mystery, makes this a masterful exploration of faith and corruption. Its intellectual depth and philosophical questions mirror the introspective nature of Conclave. Next, I have chosen a non-fiction book called In the Closet of the Vatican: Power, Homosexuality, Hypocrisy by Frédéric Martel. This brilliant piece of investigative writing is based on 4 years' authoritative research, including extensive interviews with those in power, the celibacy of priests, the condemnation of the use of contraceptives, countless cases of sexual abuse, the resignation of Benedict XVI, misogyny among the clergy, the dramatic fall in Europe of the number of vocations to the priesthood, the plotting against Pope Francis. All these issues are clouded in mystery and secrecy. In the Closet of the Vatican is a book that reveals these secrets and penetrates this enigma. It derives from a system founded on a clerical culture of secrecy, which starts in junior seminaries and continues right up to the Vatican itself. It is based on the double lives of priests and on extreme homophobia. Next, I have The Power and the Glory by Graham Greene. Now, let's have a quick shout out to Graham Greene, a really, really fantastic writer, and his name crops up in many of my lists. I would always recommend Graham Greene. He's a fantastic mystery writer. Set during the anti-Catholic purges of Mexico in the 1930s, the story follows a nameless priest known only as the Whiskey Priest, who is on the run from the authorities. Despite his moral failings, including alcoholism and fathering a child, he struggles with his sense of duty and guilt. The lieutenant hunting him is determined to rid the region of religious influence, seeing the priest as a symbol of corruption. It is very much a cat and mouse book, but full of amazing characters and brilliant scenes. The novel's exploration of faith under extreme circumstances and the human flaws of its protagonist resonate with the Conclave's theme of imperfect individuals confronting moral crises. The book's critical acclaim and Greene's nuanced portrayal of faith make it a profound literary experience. For my next choice, I've gone with another non-fiction book called God's Bankers, A History of Money and Power at the Vatican by Gerald Posner. This comprehensive work examines the secretive world of Vatican finance, from its founding to modern scandals. It covers controversial figures, including the godfather of Vatican banking, and delves into the complex connections between money, politics, and faith. The book's meticulous research and real-life drama offer an eye-opening perspective on the Vatican's financial power, making it essential for those intrigued by the inner workings of church politics as depicted in Conclave. Another option, slightly different, is Silence by Shūsaku Endō. In 17th century Japan, Jesuit priest, and I apologize if my pronunciation is wrong here, Sebastião Rodrigues, travels to find his mentor, rumored to have renounced his faith. The novel explores themes of apostasy, faith, and the silent presence of God amid suffering. Although the parallels with Conclave are obviously slightly detached, the moral dilemmas and faith struggles depicted here reflect the personal and political conflicts seen in Conclave. Another suggestion is The Secret Cardinal by Tom Grace. This is a work of fiction but inspired by true events. In The Secret Cardinal, ex-Navy SEAL Nolan Kilkenny returns in an adventure that races from the grandeur of the Vatican across the vastness of Asia, ultimately involving China, the Mafia, and the conclave of cardinals that elect the next pope. Filled with fascinating detail about the history and politics and people of China and the Roman Catholic Church, and the clever advanced technology and weaponry that have become hallmarks of a Tom Grace novel, The Secret Cardinal charges relentlessly toward an unexpected and unforgettable conclusion. This is the perfect blend of espionage and ecclesiastical politics. There's action, faith, political intrigue, all making it a thrilling companion to Conclave by Robert Harris. My final suggestion is The Ninth Hour by Alice McDermott. The Ninth Hour opens with a suicide. Jim, a young railway employee fired from his job, turns on the gas in his tenement he shares with his pregnant wife, Annie. This being Irish Catholic Brooklyn in the early 20th century, the nuns are not slow to appear. Sister St. Saviour, pragmatic, unsentimental, class-conscious, attempts to cover up the cause of death, so Jim can be buried in consecrated ground, and gets Annie a job in the convent laundry. Catholicism, as rendered by McDermott, can be a cold, hard place, but within its world there are individuals of clear-sightedness and compassion. Decorum, superstition, and shame collude to erase the man's brief existence. Yet his suicide, although never spoken of, reverberates through many lives and over the decades, testing the limits and the demands of love and sacrifice, of forgiveness and forgetfulness, even through multiple generations. The characters we meet, from Sally, the unborn baby at the beginning of the novel, who becomes the centre of the story, to the nuns, whose personalities we come to know and love, to the neighbourhood families with whose lives they are entwined. All are rendered with extraordinary sympathy and McDermott's trademark lucidity and intelligence. So there you have it. That was my list of books that might appeal to somebody who enjoyed the Conclave and the recent elected Pope. Of course, I would also recommend any other book by Robert Harris, Munich, Acts of Oblivion, to name just a few. Enjoy.